Alright guys, just wanted to go over the DECN trade and how I really thought it was a solid setup, and I'd like to prove it to you here. It's kind of eerie how this stock really played out. So nevertheless, let's get into it. This is kind of what it looks like now. Um, it is halted actually. May have been fake news, or maybe they're just looking to make sure it wasn't fake news. Um, But here we go. So we had the start of the run. Had no idea it was COVID related. Didn't know anything about coronavirus at this point. But we played the breakout, whatever, good solid trade, and we're basically onto the back side of the move here. Um, but I always keep these stocks on my watch list because I do believe that these backside of the moves, if the company um, has more PRs to go, if they're looking to pump up the price some more, whatever, they can really have some nice setups for the backside to basically make it an all new high breakout stock. So yeah, we get the push here to which is this high is 14 cents, and we pull back all the way to 7 cents. Now, if you take a look here, this high is never broke by this high. This high is not broke by this high. Same thing, blah blah blah, until this high breaks this high right here. So this is the first green day, okay? On this first green day, no PR came out the next day. So what happened? You just get a small push, fell, okay? But as you can see, this play, first green day, is good. So we had the big spike here. The first time the stock makes a new high right here, what does it do? Breaks all-time highs on a big run. So, you can forgive yourself if you're trying to play first green day here to think it's going to get over all-time highs. Didn't work, okay? But now on this day, this high never not broke by this high. Same thing with this one. Lower high, lower high, lower high. First green day. The difference is this time there was news, and the news was COVID related. So I bought in over this high. This high was 7.5. So I got long right here at 7.5, and I'm anticipating that on this first green day with news that it's going to break this 14 high. It doesn't break it, so that's why I sold some up here on this day, which you'll see later. And I was expecting it to break 14, right? And then if it breaks 14, it can break this high of 26 or whatever it was. But I got talked out of it by some guys in the chat, and that's not blaming them. That's 100% blaming myself. I was up money. They were in the same position. They were telling me they were getting out. I had kind of been up and down on my account, feeling like I should lock some money in. And from 7 right here, entry to 14 is 100% gain. So, like I talked about in my cup no handle video at the end of the video about this, I ran out of time, so that's why I'm making this video. Um, that you know, I can forgive myself there. But if it was to hold green, I had that plan. Hold green, I was gonna get long over high of day, but it was really not a clean hold and high of day break, so I didn't play it and missed the entire run. But it slammed back down, wasn't prepared for the news, must have been some heavy short selling, whatever is going on. But we hold back, and I played the first green. We pull back, and I played the first green day here, maybe expecting it to get over high days, but it fails. So I lock in like 20 bucks profit. And so now I'm waiting for this setup here. So we have the failed first green day, but that makes the high for the trigger breakout to get over here, right? So we have the pullback, the fake out, but it continues. So the pattern's a little bit different. So this is the new trigger here. Basically, this trigger is the same as this trigger. It's underneath the high. It's not the all-time breakout, but it is a breakout that could springboard the all-time high breakout. First green day. So right from this high. So first green day from this high breakout. First green day from this high. This is the first green day breakout. So I was coming in with that plan on this day right here. So I buy in right here. We get the nice push, and I was like, okay, if it's going to gap up, we're going to let it pull back and hold and see if it can't get over highs like it did exactly on this day right here that I completely missed. So what happens, it starts to gap down. So I just set all my shares to sell at the open, basically doing what I did on this day and missing the whole day. But this time I was prepared for it. So it's like started to gap down, but at the last second saved itself and closed on a slight gap up. And I still sold my shares. It kind of tricked me out. We had the pullback right, held green, and then this time instead of being a chicken and not buying over high day, I just bought, and I actually anticipated it before it got over high day, and I bought it at 0.25 on the rebound before VWAP, um, and added some at 33, and ended up selling most of my shares in the 37, 39 area, and missed this entire day here. So let's kind of get into the intraday. So let's prove to you, this is I'm going to show you the past day here. Um, so this is what it looked like before the second time breakout, right? The 7 first green day entry over the previous red day's high to anticipate over here, to anticipate over there, and it happened obviously. And I'm going to show you my intraday trades. So 7-5 break, get long perfect, okay? And I like how the 7-5 lines up kind of with high of day. I didn't buy on a straight up spike here, didn't trust it, and it was good because I got better risk reward. Buying here, risking here. So risking half a cent to make what I made was like 100% 14 here. Ended up selling some there, like I said, because I knew it wasn't going to close over the breakout, so I wasn't sure if it was going to gap up and break out. Added some here on the dip as I could tell that it was holding. And here comes the next day, sell the open, pulls back the previous close, hold, and then blast over high day. Like I said, I wasn't prepared for this. Let kind of everybody talk me out of my shares here. But it was my fault, and I didn't add over high day. My fault again. And as you can see, bang, over high day, pulls back to high of day here. This is high day, pulls back, holds, goes sideways, and resets up and breaks out and continues on and on and on. Okay. So now on the second time around, I expected the same daily chart setup, but I had no idea that the same exact intraday style would happen where it opens up, pulls back to the previous day's close, and then rips over highs, holds near the high of day, and just keeps on going. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, okay. So this is the first green day where I got my first green day entry, bang. Basically like that other time, where it set up near high of day, the first green day entry. Got that? This time I didn't sell any up here because I knew it could do the same thing, but I still added some back, just like the other time, right? Um, so add, didn't sell any, and we're expecting a gap up. And what happens? We get the gap up, um, but it starts to act shaky, like I said. So I sell all my shares here, but we're prepared this time. If it pulls back to the previous close, which is right here, and holds, then over a high day we're going to get long. But in the moment, I realized if it holds there, why wait for a high day when I could just get long on the hold and risk the hold? Okay, so that's what I did. You can see this is exactly where I sell, pulling back to the previous close, holds, and I get long right here. As I can tell, it's breaking 25. I put my limit in at 25, and thank God E-Trade executed me. I'm not sure exactly how it did, but I got the perfect execution. A couple thousand shares right there at 25, and bang, over Hive Day. And at this point, I'm like, holy crap, it's exactly like the last time. Now, what it should do is pull right back to Hive Day, right? Hold, go sideways, and then just continue to rip all day. That's exactly what happened last time, right? I mean, go back and look at the beginning of the video. This is a different day. It's not the same day. It looks exactly the same. We pull back, and I sold some here because that was a nasty pullback. I sold my shares from 25 to right there, and I'm completely willing to add over this high of day. But I'm hoping that it pulls back to high of day like it did last time, go sideways. Look, basically pulls right almost to high of day here. And I didn't add right there because I thought maybe it was a fake out and still could collapse. But as I saw that it got back above VWAP and held, I bought this trigger right here. Thought about getting this trigger, didn't do it, so I just added right here. Sideways, sideways, and I added again as I believed it was going to break high of day, and it didn't, and it could have completely stuffed here, and that may not have been a good entry, but turned out that it was playing out exactly like last time. And look at that, straight grind all the way to 35, and I sold basically the top here, point like 346, and the top was like 349, was pretty good sell. We had the pullback um, beginning to coil, and I realized, okay, I looked at the time from the previous day. I said, okay, the pattern is exactly the same. So at 2 o'clock, what did it do? It pulled back, not close to VWAP, set a low, higher low, and this is exactly like the previous day. So I said, okay, the first higher high off the first higher low, I'm entering. And what we get? Low, higher low, first higher high. And I thought about getting long here, but as I'm getting better, I'm realizing to anticipate my anticipatory entries. So like it's like the better you get, the better your entries get. And instead of waiting for this high, I got the first 1 minute candle to break to a new high. And I basically nailed it right at 33, and this is like 34 right here. So I would have been buying at 34, risking 32.5, but instead I got at 3.3, risking 3.25. So another half a cent risk. Look at that. Right over high day again. And I'm not selling my shares from here to here. I still have some from way back here. From here and here. I didn't sell all my shares here. I sold like these shares here and then these shares here. And then some of these shares here. Which I don't know why I did that. I just felt like maybe it was getting so far extended off of VWAP that I need to take off another piece. Get the high day break, rip. Sold some there. And I knew that based off of the last run, it ran like 30 cents on the day. So I looked at the open and I said, what is, you know, 25 cents plus 30 cents? And, whatever it's, or never mind, I'm doing the math wrong. But I looked at the daily chart and I said, how far could it go? And I took that to today's open and I said that it should hit 43. But it was getting so close to near the end of the day that I didn't think it was going to get over 40, so I just looked to get out at 40. And that's exactly what I did. Got out at like 0.3967. And you get a pullback, and I'm thinking, if it curls up again, I may add some more. And